shortly. Rushes back to the studio. It's at this stage that I got my iPad, and I'm waiting for a signal to actually go live, and the page is there, and the button at the bottom goes red, and when I press that button, we go live on Amazon Live. So, good afternoon and welcome on Amazon Live. It's Tuesday, it's 9 a.m. Eastern, it's 2 p.m. in the UK, 3 p.m. in Belgium. I'd like to thank everybody who's watching me on Facebook or YouTube or LinkedIn. If you want to watch on Amazon Live, you get a better understanding of what's going on. On Amazon Live, I'm actually marketing and talking about items that I own, demonstrating items that I own. And if you click the link up above, which is in the post on Facebook and YouTube and on LinkedIn, then that will take you straight to Amazon Live, and you'll be able to see the page just as I can see the page. And I'm just going to refresh that page just to make sure that everything is working as it should. Right, it's a grey day here in wonderful Wiltshire in England. I live in a place called Devizes, which is about 120 miles from London. It takes 3¼ hours on the bus, as we proved last week when we went on a trip to London. I didn't do any videoing. That's the only thing I missed doing, was doing the video live from London. But I did take a photograph of the Big Ben Tower. Big Ben is actually one of the bells, but we call the tower the Big Ben. And that virtually has gone viral on Facebook. So next time we go to London, I will take my video kit and make a video. And I'd like to say thank you to everybody who's actually watching on Amazon Live. Now, featured in the carousel at the moment is something unusual, and I'm going to try and bring a different unusual object to every single show, and it's this. This is a clapperboard. Now, it's not direct from Hollywood, it's direct from the supplier whose clapperboard is actually down in the carousel at the moment. And Angelica bought me this as just for having a laugh, really. When I actually started doing live videos, she said I should have a clapperboard, and whenever I went live, I should go like that to signify the actual start of a scene. So, if you want to be a movie maker, then click the link in the carousel. That'll take you to the product. Now, just as an explanation, I own, as you can see, about 75% of the products in the carousel, and I can talk about them because I actually use them. I'd like to bring this out. Okay, I just love the sound it makes. Okay, because when they're making movies, the director says lights, camera, action, which is, well, first of all, welcome to the show. But lights, camera, action is the name of this show, and that's where the clapperboard fits in. Okay, it's basically its only use is to the actual start of a scene, and as the program's already begun, then we're totally underway. But if you are interested in it, if you click the link in the carousel, it takes you to the Amazon.com page. You'll pay the price that's listed in the carousel, and you'll find out more information about it. Although, if I put that in front of my face, you can see it properly. It is what it is. Okay, you've got the production, the director, the camera, the date, the scene, and the take. Now, this being live video, the take number is a bit obsolete because I only get the one take. Yeah. With live video, what you soon learn, I'll put that down because it looks. With live video, what you soon learn is that you've got to own your mistakes. And over the years, I've got a big reel of bloopers where things don't go exactly according to plan. I'm hoping not to add to them today, which is not to say that I won't, but I'm going to try and steer clear of bloopers. But mistakes will happen. Okay, but live video, we've only got the one take. So that's that. Now, the first thing I'm going to talk about today, if I go here and go here, is the fact and hopefully this will change, is the fact that I'm using a green screen. And say hello to Grant. Hello, Grant Saunders has joined us, and thank you, Grant. Brilliant to see you live, as it were. And the first thing I'm going to talk about today is green screens. Now, I've been using green screen software since January 2019. I used to have a show with Brigitte Limbanda in South Africa, in Cape Town, and I had, and still have, well, I've got a different machine now, but I had a Windows PC, and the Windows PC had some software which is called XSplit Broadcaster, which is what I'm using at the moment. But the picture would not look so good if I didn't have behind me a green screen. Now, this is the Logitech green screen, which is down in the carousel at the moment, 6479. Okay, I'm looking sideways at my iPad. But a green screen is essential. If you're going to use background removal software, you need a green screen. Because if you don't, you won't have 10 fingers. Yeah, you won't be able to move. I best do it with a background, because otherwise you'll say I'm cheating. I'm not cheating. I'm okay. With background removal software, you've got to have 10 fingers all the time. Okay, you don't want any band around there. Okay, and if you didn't have a green screen for the background removal software to work against, then you wouldn't get a decent image. I mean, you can, I mean, I've seen advertisements, I've seen videos where people say you do not need a green screen to use our software. Well, I'm sorry, you do. You've got a choice. If you want to look reasonable on camera, then don't use a green screen. If you want to look pretty good on camera with a green screen, then do use a green screen. And it changes everything. I mean, it's not just that it's, I'm hoping not to have broken it. Anything can happen in a demonstration of green screen software. What you don't want, this is a dual purpose green screen. First of all, it's scrunchable, okay? And when it scrunches and you fold it over, you put it in its carry bag, you can take it anywhere. So this is a portable green screen. One side is green, which is the green you're looking at the moment. The other side is blue, and you can try both colors and decide which is best for you. What you're looking for in green screen software is a solid color. Okay. Now, I could use the wall, but green or blue are the best colors to use for a green screen. The other thing is that if you're using a green screen, I would not wear a green shirt in front of a green screen, because part of my body would disappear then. Okay, so don't wear colors that don't fit with the green screen itself. Okay, now what I'm going to do is talk a little more about this, because green screen, I'm in love with green screens, has to be said, because I can just go like this and I can change the appearance of this broadcast just at the click of a button. I can be in Germany, click of a button, I can be abstract, or I can be with one of my favorite backgrounds. Yeah. Now I'm going to show you how I'm doing this, because to do this properly, you need a piece of software. And the software that I use is called XSplit VCam, but it uses the Logitech green screen, which is down there. So I'm going to do a screen share. Just forgive me a moment while I share my screen. And I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to bring it up on screen. Okay, so next to me now, in a second, I'm going to hide that and put that up. You can now see my software. Okay, now you don't need to see me. So I'm going to switch the microphone off there, and I'm going to hide my camera so that you're only seeing one of me. Okay, it's a lot better when you can only see one of me. Right, as you can see, the camera I'm using set up above me is Logitech Brio. The Logitech Brio camera is down the carousel, and you can check it out. It's towards the top end of the Logitech series, and we'll take a look at it later in this broadcast. But at the moment, we're concentrating on this piece of software, because what this piece of software can do, if I go to original Okay, now this is my green screen behind me, the Logitech that's down in the carousel, and you'll notice it's not filling the whole of the background, but that will be well, it will be magic, because it does when we do the background removal. So I'm going to remove my background. I should be back in a second, so don't worry, I'm still here. Okay, my background has now been removed, and you can still see 10 fingers, and I can move side to side, no problem at all. Okay, so this is a darn good green screen software. Then I can insert a background. Okay, so I clicked on the background. In a second, that will adjust itself, and there you are. We've changed the background. It's normally instantaneous, but because I'm broadcasting live, there is a slight. Well, right. Okay, and if you want to know where I am, where I live close to Stonehenge. This is a thing about background pictures. You can have a solid color background, or you can have a picture background which tells a story. Now, this, of course, is Stonehenge. Stonehenge is about 20-25 minutes away from where I live, and we're fortunate to go there 3 or 4 times a year. We are members of the National Trust, which means that we actually get in free rather than paying $35 each. And we're able to walk around the stones. Now, you can't actually go inside the stones, apart from, well, 3 instances. Summer and winter solstice, you can't go inside the stones, and you can't go inside the stones unless you pay. Okay, now they do organized parties. They arrange organized parties where you can actually tour the stones. You can touch the stones. Now, this monument, ancient monument, is 4,500 years old. And the stones that are actually in there were brought from, oh, wait a minute, I've got some comments. I'll take the comments in a minute. The stones that were actually, people saying hello to each other, absolutely brilliant. The stones were actually brought from Wales and from Marlborough. Marlborough is about 30 miles away from here, and the stones were actually laid on logs, okay, and rolled along. Okay, because they didn't have any technology 4,500 years ago that allowed them to build the henge. Now, Stonehenge is the center of an area of archaeological interest, because there are sites all around, and you can walk all the way down to Durrington Walls, and it's right. If you've not been to Stonehenge, it must be on your wish list. There's plenty to see and do. There's an exhibition explaining what's happened over the 4,500 years, telling the story of the people who actually erected the henge and how they lived. Beautiful exhibition to actually go to. There's a shop, and of course, being an English Heritage National Trust property, there's a cafe. Now, you can see how, by just changing my background, I was able to tell a story. But you want the background that you're actually using to be recognizable. And this is important. That's why the green screen, that's why the Logitech green screen that's down the carousel. Okay. Where do you get pictures from is a reasonable question. So just to recap, and I'll go and tell you, remove the background. Background's gone. I can then slide in an image. And with that image, I can tell a story. Okay, and I'm going to make you smile now. If you don't smile now, then I don't know what, because everybody smiles at rainbows. So, where can you get the software from? When you go for add background, you can upload from your hard drive. So any photograph you've ever taken or any image you ever created with Canva, you can have as a background. Okay. Then you can put behind your YouTube video. Now I might just have an example of that in a second. That's not it. Just a minute. Just bear with me a moment. I do have a video sample. Okay, so you can use a video, and it's going to take a second to kick in. You can use a video as your backdrop, so you can have a moving background. Now, from my point of view, this is fun. yeah, because it livens up your broadcast. But the other point is that you've got, I wouldn't run this for 90 minutes, yeah, because not only would it drive me crazy, it would drive everybody watching crazy. So you can use a video. And let's come back to an image. And this is St. Nicholas in Belgium, which is where Chris de Boven lives. And Chris sent me this picture when I interviewed her about 14 months ago now, on the start of her live video career. So again, picture tells a story. You can also get pictures from your web page. You can embed a web page behind you, okay? And that can be used to tell the story of your website. And then finally, you can go to Unsplash. Now, if you go to Unsplash, this is basically where people have actually stored their photographs, so everybody can actually use them. Now, if I type into the search box, I type in Bristol. Okay, and I'm going to type it again because it didn't get the first few letters. So Bristol, typed into search box and press search. I will now get photographs from Bristol. And I'm going to take this one because this is the Clifton suspension bridge built by Isambard Kingdom Brunel. And I just click it and that image will be downloaded and I can then use it in future broadcasts. Sometimes the download is delayed, but at least I've got the picture behind me and I can tell the story about Clifton Bridge and Great Western Railways and building the railway line between Bristol and London and how that replaced the canal. Okay, so I'm going to cancel the load. So in summary, your backgrounds, hang on, I didn't want to do that. Okay, your backgrounds can be from a media file you're storing on your hard drive, from Unsplash, where you can get free images. Now, when I get a free image from Unsplash, I always tweet it out saying thank you. That's a way to say thank you. I can use a web page or I could use a YouTube video. So there's all ways of actually, if I just go here again, using your green screen. That's the Logitech green screen that's down in the carousel. And today it is $64.70 down the carousel. I've been using this software, XSplit VCam, since 2019, January 2019. I love having a background so I can actually tell different stories, okay, and make different points, okay, and even visit Vegas. Okay, so backgrounds help you to tell your story. And my favorite is XSplit VCam. The second use for a background is obviously for photography, because you can shoot against a green screen and then go to your favorite photo editor and you can remove the background and put an image in its place. So that's how you can do simple photo editing using a green screen. And I'm going to stop sharing that now and come back to me. Okay, so that's green screen software. And I want to say hello to Corinda. We've got a new influencer, Grant. Yes, Grant is an influencer. Hello, Teddy. Floating head syndrome. Hope not. And hello, Corinda. And does the software come with a green screen that you're on about? No, the green screen behind me is a separate product. The XSplit VCam software is a separate product, and you support the software house guy by paying the princely sum of $5 a month, not only for XSplit VCam, but for also XSplit Broadcaster, XSplit Capture, and XSplit Presenter. Okay, so you get 4 different pieces of software for $5 a month. Okay, but you do need a green screen to make best use of them. Yes, I am. Yeah, I'm a software developer. I do support other software houses. I think that we should all support software houses. Okay, now I'm going to share my desktop again. Hopefully this will work this time. And I'm going to share my desktop. And this time I'm going to share this one. All right. And I want to ask you the question. You can't see anything now, can you? Right. Okay. No, that's not working as intended. Okay, just give me a second. I'm just trying to work this out. Okay. Okay, I'm trying to get myself back on camera. Okay, I'm back on camera. That went well. Now, I said at the top of this program, if everything goes perfect in the program, something's wrong. Okay. Now, I spoke a moment ago about Stonehenge, and I'm going to play you a Stonehenge video in a moment, which was recorded in December, just a month ago. Well, less than a month ago. And I do all my videos using a gimbal. Yeah. And this is it. This is the beautiful, solid, heavy duty carrying case in which my gimbal resides when I'm not using it. Normally I have it in my backpack, but this is the Hohem gimbal. And I'm just going to highlight that in the carousel. Just give me a second to actually find the gimbal. If you see before I do, let me know. But it would be handy if I could actually highlight it. Oh, good. Oh, good. Hang on. Yep. Okay. Highlighting the carousel now is this. This is the Hohem gimbal, and today it's $84.14. This could well be the best $84.14 you actually spend this year. I used to be totally desktop bound, and I wouldn't use a mobile phone for live broadcasting. Not if I was speaking to camera, because I'd much rather have a studio where I can show images, okay, and I can play videos and I can have text along the screen. Okay, you're watching Lights, Camera, Action. Thank you for watching, Amazon. And if you have any questions about live broadcasting, then please do ask. I'm grateful today to be joined by Grant, Corinda, and Guy, who are longtime friends. Grant, interestingly, is a stage hypnotist, a well-known stage hypnotist. Corinda lives in London and is a live broadcaster and also an Amazon influencer. And Guy Cook lives in Walla Walla, and he and I have been friends for a very, very long time. Okay, right. So back to the Hohem gimbal. How does it work? Well, it's simple and straightforward. You've got a clamp at the top into which you put your mobile phone and you rest it there. Okay, so your mobile phone with the lens at the top goes into that. Yeah. It is strong jaws, so it's not going to fall out of there at all. Okay, and it does, as you can see, it does swivel. Okay, now you put your phone in there, you turn the gimbal round. I'm turning it so you can see it. I'm just showing you every single angle I can until I get to the right one. All you need to do then is press the record button, and the gimbal swings into action and you're ready to shoot your video. So the question is, what type of video can you shoot? So what I'm going to do now, if I can find it, because I can just about play this because it mentions New Year on it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the video full screen. I'm going to, this was shot. Let's just get this on screen first so you know. Okay. This is Stonehenge using the Hohem gimbal, and I'm going to switch my microphone off and press play. Not raining, so I'm going to walk around the henge and give you a tour. Well, let's go. Right, there aren't too many people here. Basically, it's to wish you a Merry Christmas and a happy, healthy and prosperous New Year from Angelica and myself and for everybody visiting Stonehenge today. Boxing Day 2021. Okay, I think we're in the clear now, hopefully. Right, so as usual, broadcasting on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and my website. And that's just a beautiful sight, especially as it's a beautiful day, as I pan around to give you some idea of the country. Right, what I'm going to do now, because the video is about 20 minutes long. You'll find it on YouTube if you want to watch the whole video. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fast forward and give you, hopefully, fingers crossed, a closer view of the henge. Countryside around the henge. Out in the sunshine. That's Stonehenge.
Corin, watch out where you're going, dear.
Right, okay. Hopefully. Right. Okay, so this is the end of our journey. This is as close as you can get to the stones, let's say, apart from the 2 days a year. And you can see how this was constructed 4,500 years ago. They're still trying to work out how they got the lintel. I mean, it's a feat of engineering, because we're talking 4,500 years ago. The stones came from Wales and from Marlborough. Had to be right. Okay, I've managed to unmute myself. So that was all shot with the home gimbal. The whole video is about 25 minutes long. Very fortunate to be able to travel throughout UK, and taking the gimbal, which I've still got with me, I can travel the UK, and basically I can record videos about the places I visit. And what I do is to visit the place, have a good look round, and then Angelica says, okay, you're on your own. And I get 20 to 25 minutes to actually walk around wherever we are and shoot with the gimbal. Now, as far as the gimbal is concerned, the gimbal is absolutely brilliant. This is lightweight, imminently carryable. You can point and shoot. But there is another thing you need, which is a lapel microphone, which is down in the carousel as well. Okay, so you need the gimbal and, right. And 2 points about doing mobile video. One, do use an external microphone, because then I was narrating then, and the only way I can be heard above a small crowd is by actually having a microphone. The lapel microphone plugs onto my clothes, plugs into the bottom of the phone, into the audio socket, and then when I talk, I'm talking over and above. Okay, the fact that I use the gimbal means that the video that comes out of it is of reasonably good quality. Okay, and that means that the video can go on YouTube and people can watch it, and if people search for Stonehenge, they will see my video, and they are finding my video, the one I did 7 months ago, where I got wet, let's put it that way, my wet trek to Stonehenge. If you go to YouTube and you just search for me, don't do it now because we're on Amazon Live, but if you go to YouTube and you search for me, then you'll find all my videos. 2 quick tips. Okay, down in the carousel you'll find a battery pack. Now I'm just trying to find it. Yeah, there's a portable charger down in the carousel, which is the featured item now. I went to Portsmouth Docks, and basically a tour of the Royal Naval Dockyard down in Portsmouth. And there are ships there. There's HMS Warrior, which is the first metal-clad ship complete with washing machine. I'll tell that story another time. And there's HMS Victory, which was at the Battle of Trafalgar, commanded by Lord Nelson. And then round the corner is the Murray Rose, which was Henry VIII's ship, which actually sunk. And it was brought up again, and it's being restored at the Neville Dockyards. You can actually go in and see the restoration. But I was going around the Victory. I got beautiful shots of the Victory, and then I'm going around the corner, and all of a sudden, looked at the camera, and it had gone blank. There was nothing happening on the phone. The phone had gone dead. Okay, so if you are going to take up mobile video, and you should, then you do need, I didn't have mine with me, I always have it now, and that's the power pack. I'll just show it you. I'm putting the gimbal carefully down, and this is the power pack. Okay, and basically you've got a charging cable in the center, USB-C, and then you've got, this charges my Fitbit. I'll talk about that in a moment. This charges my Fitbit, and then this end charges anything you like, including your mobile phone. And you just carry this in your rucksack, and if you know you're going to have a problem because you're low on power, I mean, I really do try to charge the phone the day before, but occasionally, we're only human, I actually forget to charge the phone. So that plugs into the phone if I run short of power when I'm out doing a mobile video. The second thing, and that's a simple, straightforward pack. It's down the carousel, and today that pack is 27% off. It's only $22. Okay, so you charge the pack. You can then take it out and about with you, and you can charge whilst you're on the move. You can charge your Fitbit if you've got your Fitbit cable with you, or you can charge any device which accepts the USB-C. Okay, so very handy to have. Very simple gadget. Plug it in to charge it, and then just use it when you need it. Now, so that's the first thing when you're shooting live video, do have a battery pack with you. Okay. The second thing is, when we're out and about with our mobile phones, yeah, this is an Android. When we're out and about with our mobile phones, we're reliant on 4G, or if you're lucky, 5G, but we are reliant on 4G. Now, if you're visiting somewhere, well, I'll tell the story anyway. When the day after we visited the dockyards in Portsmouth, we went to the castle, and we're walking around the castle. We had a grand tour. We went up the tower and came down again. We went round all the battlements and everything. And then Angelica said, I'm going to sit down for a minute. You go and shoot your video. So I went all round. It took 25 minutes actually walking around the property. And I only finished up with 12 minutes of video because I kept going in and out of signal in the area I was. I mean, the signal wasn't hot. And then another occasion, which I'm going to talk about it now. We went to Mottisfont house, which is a beautiful property with a genuine font which runs through the woods, and it's beautiful, and they've got gardens full of roses. And again, at the end, I went out to shoot, okay, and I didn't have a signal at all. I walked around for 20 to 25 minutes filming everything. I thought it was a great video, yeah, and it didn't record at all. So, second tip, if you're going to go live, and I go live to Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch when I'm using this, I'm not recording, I'm actually going live. Yeah, so I can be seen live on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, and on my website. And there's nothing like doing a live outside broadcast, as it were. But the thing I do before I go live is that I quite simply take a photograph with a phone. Yeah. Take a photograph with the phone and send that photograph to Facebook. If that photograph arrives on Facebook and I can see it, then I've got a signal. So that's a simple test. Send a photograph to Facebook, and that will check whether you've actually got a Wi-Fi signal. Now, I've learned the hard way. I hope that those couple of hints will actually help you when you are out and about doing mobile video. Okay, now let's go back to Guy. And Guy was talking about the green screen software. And Guy says, are you paying for this? Yes, I am. And I said, I pay $5 a month. And Guy got the URL for it and said, it's $8 a month. If you pay annually, Guy, it's $60 a year. So $60 a year. And that is that. Right. And just a note from Guy. Guy doesn't live in Walla Walla. He now lives in Kennewick. Hopefully, right. And is the XSplit credit card processor in the USA or Europe? I don't know. I mean, it's American software, as far as I know. I could be wrong in that. I don't know. But I bought from XSplit. I've got the annual license, and for that gives me XSplit VCam, which I'm showing you at the moment, with the green screen. So just a reminder, there's the Fovitech green screen, which is behind me, and that's basically allowing us to do all this wonderful backgrounds. Looks like I'm in an office now. Yeah, you can quickly change where you are, and that's the software I'm using. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who's watching me live on Amazon Live. And the other thing, just staying with mobile video for a moment, is you saw the Stonehenge video and my voiceover, and you could hear me clearly, but that's because of the lapel microphone. If you click the link, picture in the carousel now, it'll take you to the lapel microphone. The lapel microphone is essential if you're going to narrate your broadcasts on mobile video, because it clips onto you, it plugs into your phone, it just goes in the audio socket there. Okay, now the other thing is, you just notice, if you're using a green screen, you can't demonstrate products because the products disappear. As soon as I switch back, you'll be able to see my phone. Okay, so be wary. Do not demonstrate products with a green screen background, because it quite simply will not work. Okay, and now we're back in Germany. Okay, and we were supposed to be in Germany at Christmas, but the situation as is meant that Germany closed its doors, and so did Holland as well. So we weren't able to travel at Christmas. We had everything booked, tickets booked and everything. It all had to be unraveled when the rules changed and we couldn't travel. So last Wednesday, we took advantage of the fact that we had a coach ticket and a railway ticket, train ticket, and we went to London for the day. And as Guy knows, we actually took a photograph of Big Ben, or the Big Ben Tower, which holds the Big Ben bell. And just as a note, Guy, if you're still watching live, Big Ben was built in 1789, or it was finished in 1789, which is not quite the time of William the Conqueror. So 1789, I think you're quite right about the White Tower there, and the Ravens. So that was good. So one right, one wrong on that one. Okay, so let's switch the background off again, so I can actually talk about something different. So you do need a microphone for shooting mobile video. Yeah. Okay, so thank you for watching me live on Amazon. I'm enjoying your company. Thank you for spending time with me. Just a reminder, if you're listening to me, thank you so much. But you are listening to or watching, you're watching Stephen and Nick. Nick's was yesterday. Just a minute. Okay, I'll do it again. You're watching Stephen live from Wiltshire in England. Okay, and if you want to know where that is, it's 120 miles from London, it's 25 miles from Stonehenge, about 20 miles from Avebury, and 25 miles from Salisbury. Okay, so in the middle of Wiltshire, which is an amazing place with more, well, it's more monuments than anywhere else, any other county, I think. Okay, and you're also watching Lights, Camera, Action, which means that this is all about lights. This is all about cameras and action. And you will see, you probably tell I just rediscovered this. Down in the carousel, you'll see a clapper board so that I can sort of segment my broadcast. So the clapper board is the first item in the carousel, new item today. Okay, gift from Angelica. Okay, so that's where we are now. And brilliant. Thank you for watching. And you're watching Stephen live from Wiltshire. We'll have some more video in a moment. I'm just going through basically, right. Okay. If you've ever thought about live broadcasting, then you would start with your own computer, camera, and microphone. Okay. Don't spend money until you know you actually like live broadcasting. In the broadcasting community, we know a lot of people who spent thousands of dollars on equipment, on expensive cameras, expensive microphones, expensive, you name it, and then gone live for the first time and they don't like it. Now, it is either a like or don't like. You can't force yourself to be on camera and radiate the fact that you actually enjoy being on camera when you obviously don't. Okay, now, as Guy knows and Corinda knows and Grant knows, you can't actually drag me off camera. So I totally enjoy it. So I totally enjoy this experience of going live. And I'm very grateful to be broadcasting from the UK onto Amazon.com and onto Amazon Live. It's a brilliant experience. If you want to know how I'm doing this, then if you get in touch with me, I'll tell you how you can do this. If you've got a passion and you've got a following on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter, or Instagram, if you've got a good following and you want to go live and talk about your passion and you want to do it on Amazon Live and you want to earn affiliate commission while doing it, then I can let you know how to do it. Just as a note, most of the broadcasters on Amazon actually broadcast from OBS. Okay, I'm actually broadcasting from my Be.Live studio. Now, Be.Live, if you've seen the show card, you'll see the Be.Live logo bottom right. Be.Live have been around. I did my first Be.Live broadcast on the 16th of October 2016, so heading towards 5 years as a live broadcasting software house. They're based in Israel. They've now got representation around the world, 24/7 support. And I can, as I've just demonstrated, and hopefully this will work, I can bring in video. And that video that I'm showing you now is actually on YouTube. Okay, so this is the video that I shot with the home gimbal. I can bring in other video, and this is a video we'll play at some point during this broadcast. So I can have video in the studio. I can have video which is stored on my hard drive and uploaded here. And the other thing I can have is that I can share. Just forgive me for a moment. I'm just going to share, and hopefully you'll be able to see this as I bring it up on screen. Okay, you will be able to see. Just let me see whether that's actually come through or not. I just need to wait a second or two just to make sure that you're actually seeing what I'm seeing. And yes, you are. Good. Okay, so I can close that tab now. Okay, so I'm closing that tab. I'm closing that tab, and you're back to me. That should improve my signal. When you are live broadcasting, try to have only one tab open. I had 4 tabs open then. Okay, so I can show images on screen. I can show video on screen. I can show text on screen, and I do mean this. Thank you for actually watching live today. It means so much. And if you are watching live, then please do click the follow button. If you click the follow button, then you'll get notified about my next show. I don't get to know who you are. I don't get your email address, none of that. It's all taken care of by Amazon. All you get is an email from Amazon letting you know when I'm next live. Now, following is important, and never more so than on Amazon Live. And if you do follow me, I will be eternally grateful, and you'll get notified when I go live. Then you've got a choice to join me for a quarter of an hour or say next time. Now, just as a note, I'm live from 9 a.m. Eastern, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. On Monday, I'll just bring that up on screen, then I can show you. Hopefully, I've got a screen share. Just a minute. Yeah, I've got a screen share. I'm going to hide that video. I'm going to hide that video. No, that's not what I meant to do. Okay, I'm going to bring that back in. I'm going to hide that and go side by side. Okay, now hopefully you can see an image next to me. You can catch me on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, on Thursday. And if I go here on Monday, I am live. Just a second, I'll get this right in a minute. I'm live with Nick. Tuesday and Wednesday is me. Okay, so that's Tuesday and Wednesday. And I'm live on Thursday with Marco. So that's when I'm live on Amazon Live, 9 a.m. I know it says East EST and it's no longer summertime. Forgive me for that. I will update the card. But you can join me at 9 a.m. any day, and on Mondays it will be with Nick, and on Thursdays it will be with Marco. You can also watch Nick and Marco separately. Nick, hang on, let's do this properly. I'm going to go here and go there and there. Right, Nick Wood, that Nick Wood is live on Amazon Live at 2 a.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. Pacific, most days. So you can watch Nick's show. He talks about drones. He talks about his Blue Yeti microphone. And it's a great show to actually watch and to chill to and to find out about Amazon products. Now, just as a note, and I'll take the Be.Live logo off now because you've all seen it. I work for Be.Live, by the way, as a content creator, which is what I'm doing now. I'm actually creating content. And the S. Oh, okay. Big reveal. Ta-da! Okay. That's SH, which stands for Stephen Healey. Yep. Okay. That's what the T-shirt is. This shirt is all about. And I saw this when we went to Stonehenge last week. I saw this shirt and I saw the SH logo and I thought, that's absolutely brilliant. They've actually made a T-shirt just for me with SH on it. Absolutely brilliant. This is just in the shop, English Heritage Shop. But in actual fact, if you can see, the SH stands for Stonehenge. So, great moment, and I've got two of these, and when I'm broadcasting. So SH stands for Stonehenge. It also stands for Stephen Healey. Okay, over to the iPad again, which I will do occasionally. I have a question for you about the, film clipboard. Is it, it was okay, but now you're frozen. I'm live at 4 p.m. We can't wait to see you. Hopefully I'm not frozen now. Okay. And Grant is saying all the gear and no idea is my middle name. Okay. And a message has been deleted because it had a link in. And great advice from Grant. And thank you, Grant. And Guy's had a problem with his card, but obviously we'll sort that out. And hopefully I am no longer frozen. If you're watching me live, it's quite probable I was just frozen for a second. Okay. So no panic there. If you're watching me on Facebook, and that's in the live video sales group when you can learn all about how to go live on Amazon, thank you. If you're watching me on the live video hub, which is my business page on Facebook, thank you. And if you're watching me on Amazon Live, thank you very much. Now, due to the technology I'm using, I'm live in 18 different places today, but the main one, as always, is Amazon Live. And I thank you for being on Amazon Live. So let's just do a recap. We did the clapperboard. We did Logitech C920 camera. And did we? I don't remember. I'll come back to that. We've done the gimbal. These are all now being featured in the carousel. We've done the portable charger, which is down in the carousel. And now we come to a Fitbit. Okay, because the name of this show is Lights, Camera, Action, which means it's not just about live video, it's also about action, and action covers everything to do with action. So I've got a free range here to actually talk about a range of topics. And the next thing I'm going to talk about is this. And what I'm going to do for this is I'm going to, just a moment, give me a second. I just want to do something in my studio to set this up. And then we're good to go. And I just need to go here and here. So I'm doing things behind the scenes to actually get this to work. And hopefully in a second, it will work. And I'll be able to bring this on screen, take myself off full screen. The other thing about Be.Live is I can have more than one camera. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to change how the cameras look. Okay, so you've got two of me and you can now see the SH logo in full. So if it's been annoying you, what is that logo? It's SH logo. The camera on your left is the Logitech Brio. Brain fed. It's the Logitech Brio. And you can, on the right hand side, you can see my Microsoft Surface Book 2 camera, which is the camera that comes with the Microsoft Surface Book 2, which is down the carousel. You can see my rucksack on the door, just for no, that's an Under Armour rucksack, which isn't in the carousel. I will put it in the carousel for the next show. But I want to talk about something, and the easiest way to do it is to actually use my demonstration cam. Okay, so you get the full logo effect, you get a different camera angle, and I can now show you that this is my beautiful Fitbit Inspire 2, which is now down in the carousel, and I can tell you that it's 13% off today. If you want to do anything for your health this year, you need to exercise. That's a given. Walking is the easiest form of exercise because you just go outside your door and you walk. If you walk around your house as normal and you don't go outside, then during the course of the day, you will walk about a mile. Now, a mile is 2,000 steps, okay? I try and do 4 miles a day, which is 8,000 steps. Okay, that's my target, and that's what I hit. When I went to London last week, I did 23,000 steps in one day. So a big trek, you can soon get a lot of steps in. But this Inspire 2, first of all, it's waterproof. I know that, okay, because it was raining in London. And the second thing is it counts your steps. So I put it on first thing in the morning, and it stays on until I go to bed at night. Now, in addition to being a step counter, it can also, yeah, I'm concentrating on putting a watch on. It can also be a heart monitor. It is a heart monitor. It will monitor your heart rate. And in addition to that, you can, on the website, keep a food diary. And you can also track your water, okay? Because we should all drink so much water a day. Now, I'm not going to say how much. I'm not being prescriptive. I'm just saying some water. Okay, so food, water, and walking. That's what we need. This Fitbit tracks your steps. I try and do 4 miles a day. Okay, that is There's not of advertising jargon saying doing 10,000 steps. That's just an advertising slogan. You decide how many steps you want to do. If you want to do 3 miles a day, set it to 6,000. If you want to do 4 miles a day, set it to 8,000. Okay, but this is just part of it. Yeah, come back to me over here. That's just part of it. Yeah, the Fitbit is part of an infrastructure. Now, the first thing you should know is that Fitbit is now owned by Google. So they have got financial backing. They're here to stay. I've had Fitbits for the last 8 years. I get a new Fitbit every 2 years because they keep improving the technology, improving the accuracy. When you get your Fitbit, and it's only $86.87, which is 13% off. When you get your Fitbit, you're opening a door to good health. You can have any color wristband you want. Okay. So it's not just black. You can have any color wristband to go with your Fitbit. It's the start of an adventure because you wear your Fitbit whilst you're awake, or if you want to measure your sleep, whilst you're asleep too. But generally, it measures your steps outside the house. Now, after this broadcast today, I'll be going out for a walk and I'll be taking my Fitbit and Strava, but that's another story. After the broadcast, I'll be out getting some fresh air and my Fitbit will go with me. But once you've got a Fitbit, you go to fitbit.com and you actually register the Fitbit. Okay, it gives you the warranty. Okay, the other thing it gives is access to the Fitbit community, which is the added bonus, because the Fitbit community is there to actually help and support you walk more steps each day. Okay, it's a very supportive group. And you can take part in challenges. You can take part in a weekday challenge, Monday through Friday, or a weekend challenge, Saturday and Sunday. It's all free. You've got the watch. You don't need to pay anything else. Oh, it's a watch as well. And if you join the community and you actually take part in a challenge, you'll find that people cheer each other on, tell each other stories. And if somebody goes out and they walk 3 miles and come back and say, I've just done 3 miles around the estate, whatever, then they'll get a cheer. So people support each other. Fitbit.com is the home of the most supportive group I've met since I was on the Anthony Robbins group, and that's back in 2005. It is a very, very supportive group to actually help you get the best out of your Fitbit. You've got full technical support on the Fitbit site, and this is the way to change your life or a friend's life, is just by getting a Fitbit. Okay, right, so that's me on the Fitbit kick. And do let me know how you actually get on with using a Fitbit. That you just basically download, get the Fitbit, put it on, switch it on, having charged it, and remember, just a minute. Okay, this gold. This is the battery pack. There's the Fitbit charger. That Fitbit charger just goes onto the back of the Fitbit. Okay, and it takes about 30 minutes to charge. Okay, so charging is simple and straightforward and easy to do. I mean, you could plug it into your computer and charge it, or you can plug it into a battery pack and charge it. The choice is yours. Okay, so that's the Fitbit, and I'm pleasantly surprised. Well, I'm grateful for everybody who's watched my videos about Fitbits and actually gone on to buy a Fitbit or a Amazfit or any Fitbits. If you click the link in the carousel, that will take you. I'm just going to close one or two things down to actually improve the quality of my picture. And I'm going to stop sharing. So we should come back to me and back to real time. Okay. Right, now, where do we go next? Okay. Right, I'm going to tell you about this, basically because you've been watching for the last, well, however long you've been watching me. I'm on a Logitech Brio camera, which is situated up above on my BenQ monitor, which you can also find in the carousel. And it's a 4K camera, but capable of 4K. You can record at 4K. You can play at 4K, but you can't broadcast at 4K yet. We don't have the internet infrastructure to actually broadcast for 4K. Now, my previous camera is also down in the carousel, and that is the Logitech C920. Okay. Now, they look alike. Okay, the Brio looks like this, similar to this. Okay, it's wide angle lens, it's 4K 1080 or 720. We're broadcasting today in 720p. Amazon is a mobile friendly site, and we are not broadcasting in the highest definition. We're broadcasting in 720, which means if you're watching on mobile, we're sending you, well, we're not sending you too much data because you'd be paying for it. Okay, so that's the camera. And Logitech, brilliant range of cameras. If you do go for a Logitech camera, then you have a piece of software you can download, and I'm just trying to find the name of it. If you have any Logitech camera, there is a piece of software called Logitech Capture. If you go to Logitech site, logitech.com, and search for Logitech Capture, you can download the software. It then takes over control of your camera, and you can zoom in, you can zoom out. Okay, you can go to the left, you can go to the right, you can change the contrast, the brightness, and the color. It gives you total control over your camera, and that software is Logitech Capture. Okay, right, so that's cameras. Cameras are very important. Also very important are microphones. Now, you have been listening to my microphone, which is one of these. Okay, and I'm going to try and get it on screen. It's reluctant. Okay, you can see a bit of the Logitech Capture. Sorry, I'm going to stop messing about with the audio. I knew I shouldn't have left it up. I knew I shouldn't have left it up. If I made a noise, then you have my apologies. But you shouldn't actually be able to hear any external noises, because I'm actually using software called Crisp.ai, which basically takes out all the background noises. It's noise cancellation software, and it's actually helping with my microphone at the moment. Okay, now we're going to go for another video shot with, well, before I do that, I've got a short video I can show you. Yes, let's go here. Okay. The next item we're going to look at is this. These are, hopefully this box is not empty. This is the carrying case. And these are Aftershocks headphones. And unlike most headphones, I'm going to put them on for you. I'm going to model them. Okay. These are, well, they're not, they don't go in your ear canal. These are bone conducting headphones. These are stylish bone conducting headphones. Aftershocks, which is the brand that's actually shown there, Aftershocks, are just top quality. Okay. Rather than me go on about them, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up a short video, which my friends have seen quite a few times. I'm just going to try and hide that. Okay. I'm going to put the video full screen. Okay. So I'm wearing them, but I'm now going to tell you about them. So let's go with the video. Trex titanium headphones are lightweight and very, very effective because they go over, they're open ear, they go over the ear, and that means that whilst you're wearing them, you can hear what's going on. If you've got somebody to the side of you, behind you, you can actually hear what's going on. You can hear the traffic, you can hear all the noises around you, but you can concentrate on the music or the podcast that you're actually playing. Now, they last 6 hours on a 1.5 hour battery charge. You can make and receive phone calls. They are practical. They're coated, so they are rainproof and sweatproof. I use them daily, and they're just good sound and quite probably the best headphones that I've actually tried, because I've tried many over the years, wired. These are Bluetooth, but wired, unwired, and these are the best that I've actually found because they are so simple, easily rechargeable. They pair on Bluetooth, simple and straightforward. Making phone calls is straightforward. You can voice dial. Receiving calls you can do with one button. So if you're looking for a pair of headphones and you do go out and about and you go walking, jogging, running or cycling, then these are the headphones that you should actually consider because they are so well crafted and practical and good quality. Thank you for listening. And I'm still wearing them. Okay. Thank you for watching on Amazon Live today. You are watching, if I get it right, you're watching Stephen live from Wiltshire in England. And I do want to thank you for actually joining me live today and spending time. And okay. Right, the first camera is just a black screen. Hopefully it's not just a blank screen at the moment. Okay. I'm getting these intermittent, thanks for still watching, Guy. I'm getting these intermittent problems and I'm trying to get to the bottom of it. Basically, when I go live, I actually push the boat out and I have so many different things to keep the show interesting and entertaining. But occasionally things do not go exactly according to plan, as we've discovered. Okay. And I did say at the beginning of this program, this show, if everything does go according to plan, then well, that would have been very, very fortunate. Okay, now the one thing I do want to talk about, because is mice. Okay, and there are two. I'm going to take these off because they may be distracting. So Aftershocks headphones are my favorite. This is a mouse. Okay, this is not just any mouse. This is a Microsoft mouse. And if I click that like that, I just switched my mouse off. Okay, now you find this Microsoft mouse down in the carousel. It's very stylish and it makes a satisfying click when you switch it on off. It's called the Arc mouse because it is arced. It's designed to go with Microsoft Surface Book 2, which is what I've got. But equally well, this is a great gift for somebody. They wouldn't be expecting a Microsoft Surface mouse because this is absolutely brilliant. But I don't want to talk about this mouse. I want to talk about a special mouse that I'll be showing you later this week. It's down in the carousel at the moment. It's the Carpal Tunnel mouse. Okay, now we're very fortunate in that we can hold a mouse and the pressure just feeds directly down our arm and we can use a mouse without any problem. If, however, you suffer from carpal tunnel syndrome or arthritis, holding a mouse like this is very, very difficult and it hurts. Yeah. The carpal tunnel mouse takes a different approach to mouse usage. When we're using our mouse now, I'm using my fingertips. Yeah. Okay. To control the left and to scroll and do everything I can do with my fingertips. However, if you change the angle so that your fingertips go over the front of the mouse and you then use the first joint in your finger, I'll put down a bit, the first joint in your finger to actually control the mouse, then the strain is less. Okay. And if you've got arthritis or carpal tunnel syndrome, I can say without equivocation that using a mouse will be easier. Now, how do I know this? That's a fair question. That's the problem, that if you've got arthritis or a carpal tunnel syndrome, using a mouse like that is a problem. Using a mouse like that is not. And I was contacted by a designer of the carpal tunnel mouse, which is down the carousel. Now, my partner Angelica has arthritis, and we read all the information about the mouse once it was sent to us, and Angelica knew that it would take 2 to 3 months of actually changing the habits of a lifetime, to actually get to use the new mouse, to have the fingers positioned like that on the mouse. Okay, and I've clicked the mouse there, I shouldn't have done. Now the carpal tunnel mouse has been designed to help, okay, but it takes 2 to 3 months to get used to it. Now it's 2 to 3 months since we actually received it. In the first week, Angelica's office is just down the hall from me. I could hear a little bit of cursing and frustration because changing from one grip to another grip doesn't come naturally, and you need to have the fine control with the mouse. But as time went on, we went out for a walk on yesterday, and Angelica was planning to, well, she said, I was thinking of going back to my old mouse, and then everything started working perfectly today. So Angelica has retrained herself to hold the mouse like that. She finds that the angle on the carpal tunnel mouse, which I'll show, she's actually using at the moment, is a lot easier. Okay, so we'll be talking about the carpal tunnel mouse, which is an excellent gift for anybody who suffers from arthritis in their hands or from carpal tunnel syndrome. You could be doing a life-changing thing. That's all I'm saying. No guarantees, but Angelica used the mouse for nearly 3 months now and is quite happy with it. Okay, so if you know of anybody who's got arthritis or carpal tunnel syndrome, keep watching. I'm live at 9 a.m. Eastern on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Carpal tunnel mouse for real will feature in one of those broadcasts together. Angelica has been keeping a diary of her progress with the mouse. It's going to be interesting to read the comments in the first few weeks, and the comments obviously get better and better and better until Angelica is at one with the mouse and happily using it. So carpal tunnel mouse. Okay, I'm going to check this recording back afterwards just to make sure and see what's actually been occurring during the life of this broadcast. I'm sure that things have been happening, but we'll check back. Okay, so I think I've covered everything. Well, let's do one more thing. Okay, we'll do one more thing, and then that's today's show, today's broadcast. Okay, I'm going to, this is a weight. This is a big weight. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch cameras again. Okay, so I'm on the second camera, and I needed to go to my demonstration camera because I can't show you this when I'm just me on camera, if you know what I mean. This is an IPEVO stand. Now, this stand, I was introduced to this stand by Krista Bowen, and she said if you're using a mobile phone for demonstrations, which I do, then the IPEVO stand is one you should look at. And my recommendation from Chris was enough. I just went and I got one of these stands straight away, and I've never looked back since. If you're doing demonstrations, if you're doing cookery demonstrations, if you're doing drawing demonstrations, art illustration demonstrations, then you need to have your mobile camera static. This stand is heavy. Okay, it has 2 movable joints, one there and one there. In fact, rather than tell you about it live, well, I'll do it live and we'll look at the video. You've got 2 joints which are adjustable, so you can have the camera facing you, or you can have the camera looking down. You can work out what the best angle is. Now, I am straining to move these. These joints are actually stiff for a purpose. It's not going to drop. Your camera, your mobile phone goes into the clamp there, and that will hold it tightly. I'm trying not to pinch my finger. I got away with it. But the thing about this stand is the weight in the base. This is a very heavy stand, and you could actually do weightlifting with this stand. I kid you not. Okay, but your phone, without its case, goes in there, and then you can adjust the angle. It goes through 360 degrees. Anyway, see if I missed anything out, because before I when I got this, one of the first things I did was I actually made a video about it, and hopefully I can actually play the video. And recording on mobile video, broadcasting on mobile video, and my gimbal of choice, my gimbal. This isn't going totally according to plan. I'm going to come back. It's a good job I gave you the demonstration then, because the videos decided not to work. Oh, good. Okay, so let's go back to the other camera. All you need to do. So the video is not working. You've got me live. So this is an amazing heavy stand. It's not like a tripod stand. If you put this and you're doing a cooking demonstration in your kitchen and you're cooking away and you suddenly knock it, it's not going to move. And then this is so heavy, it will not move. It is a very, very solid stand. I love the design of it. I'm a sucker for classic design. And this IPVO stand, if you click link in the carousel, you'll find out more about it. It holds your camera in your mobile phone so steady, rock solid. It will hit you back. If you knock that, you'll feel it. Okay, so this is my stand of choice. It's the IPVO stand, and I'm just going to give one more try at the video. Just a moment. The video is not talking to me. I'll come back to me. See, you can see the video there. You can see two of me on screen. So that's the IPVO stand. As you can see the Logitech green screen behind me. You can see my cup of tea. Your video. Okay, you always need a cup of tea when you're broadcasting live on Amazon. Falling on the floor. Okay, so it gives you great control. There is an application you can with the IPVO stand in hand. I will say a big thank you for watching me on Amazon Live today. I do value your company. I'm back again tomorrow, Wednesday, 9 AM Eastern, 2 PM in the UK, with different products, different stories, and it's my pleasure to broadcast today on Amazon Live. I want to thank you so much for spending time with me, and take care. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you all again later. This is Stephen from Wiltshire, England, signing off.